A former U.S. Senator from South Dakota says he's baffled by Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine because the Russian president has so little to gain from the conflict and much to lose. Larry Pressler, a one-time member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, visited both Ukraine and Russia during his time on Capitol Hill. He spoke to KELOLAND's Perry Groten about how the invasion has a ripple effect in South Dakota corn country.
The American people.
Former U.S. Senator Larry Pressler says Vladimir Putin's decades-long stranglehold on the Russian government is an example of why term limits should extend to dictatorships.
Senators sometimes stay too long and they start making mistakes, and I think dictators sometimes stay too long. But I think Putin needs to have limited terms, and he needs to get out of there and let somebody else run it, because this is a big mistake.
As a senator, Pressler traveled to the Kremlin after the collapse of the Soviet Union and attended a meeting held by Putin. Pressler says he had a positive first impression of the Russian leader.
He was really a very progressive leader. I think he's really saved the Soviet Union or saved Russia from itself, but lately he's not doing as well.
Ukraine is a breadbasket, much like South Dakota, exporting crops like corn and wheat. And the Russian invasion could have a short-term impact on global supply.
It will mean that we should be able to sell our wheat and corn more easily, very frankly, because the Russians are kind of mucking it up for the Ukrainians.
Pressler says looking beyond Ukraine's battered landscape reveals how much the country has in common with South Dakota.
And we're very similar. It looks about the same as South Dakota when you travel around over there. A lot of farms and smaller towns and very wonderful, hardworking people, just like South Dakota.
Perry Groten, KELOLAND News.
Pressler adds that President Biden should have spent more time during Tuesday's State of the Union address calling out Putin for invading Ukraine.